There is nothing in comedy that you cannot tell a joke about, but I think there are certain people who should not be telling jokes where they don't have an authority in that area. You can, of course, make whatever joke you like in the same way a restaurant can produce whatever food they want, but the minute they start selling raw chicken and harming people, the restaurant's probably going to get closed down.
Their leader isn't the problem, and he hasn't been the problem for the last however long. It's the party. The party is the problem.
You support the safety of women in safe spaces, in toilets, in changing rooms.
I had a look at the number of women that have been attacked by trans women in these situations, or sex attacks from trans women to cis women in general over the last 12 months. I couldn't really find
Cis women?
I couldn't really find anything, but I could
Are they not just women, then?
But I could find a lot of incidences of Tory MPs and sex attacks. So, if anything, we need to protect women from Tory MPs first and not trans people.
Companies and inflation, and at the moment, one of the biggest burdens facing them is recruitment and retention. Now, one way to stabilise that is by giving them a pay rise. And you're right, Keir Starmer does need to appease the unions, but I don't think that this is a massive case of how are they going to fund it, because they've also outlined policies such as closing tax loopholes on inheritance tax.
How could anyone who lives in this society not be pro-union and pro-workers' rights? Because without them, we wouldn't have a minimum wage, we wouldn't have pensions, we wouldn't have maternity pay.
Yes, you can be incredibly progressive in many areas, but you can also be regressive in others.
I think the younger generation are starting to see the royal family for what they are, which is bejewelled, polite gangsters. So the British summers have been predicted to go up to averages of 40 degrees frequently by 2070. Now, if we look at averages of 40 degrees and then we suggest that could be beneficial for Britain, that's like, to me, suggesting that maybe if I put my head in the microwave, it might be beneficial. Maybe if I set fire to my hair, it might be beneficial.
This whole thing of calling it nanny state, do you know something?
Of course it is.
Do you know something that was called nanny state gone mad? Was universal free education.
Now, broadly speaking, are you comfortable with that?
It's not as if Keir Starmer has plucked a load of new legislation. He's simply applying the laws of the actual world to the online world.
This is fake news. Fake news.
Yeah, okay. I guess it's...